2023 is about to end. What can you expect in the year 2024? Good evening and welcome. This is Prime Time News. We've got details of what the general public can expect as to the price variations in fuel, LP gas and several other commodities. I'm Charlene Benedict bringing you the news for the Newsfirst team.
And I'm Peruni Karnaratna. Let's take a look at the headlines for tonight.
CID records statements again from fake human immunoglobulin supplier. Dr. Rukshan Bellena provides a statement to the CID over medicine fraud. Petrol, diesel, LP gas are exempt from the Ports and Airport Development Levy. 18% VAT is added from next year. Kuduroshan's luxury house and car seized by police. Heavy rains batter multiple areas across Sri Lanka, leading to floods.
Now, starting off with your top story tonight, the Criminal Investigations Department once again questioned the owner of the company implicated in supplying counterfeit human immunoglobulin medicine to the Ministry of Health.
The businessman, currently the prime suspect in the case, is being held on remand after his initial arrest.
Now, yesterday, following an order from the Maliga Kanda Magistrate Lochaniabe Vikrama, the CID team visited the suspect in his prison cell to record his latest statement.
Medicine scandal.
A Sri Lankan court is currently investigating a potentially dangerous transaction: the supply of human immunoglobulin, a crucial medicine for patients with serious neurological diseases, by a company lacking proper production approval. By the time news of the near billion-rupee deal broke, a staggering 40 million rupees had already been paid. Shockingly, initial findings revealed that supplied medicine weren't genuine human immunoglobulin. Instead, they contained saline or a similar substitute. Isoles Biotech Pharma, the company embroiled in the pharmaceutical scandal, human immunoglobulin. Former Health Secretary Janaka Sri Chandragupta, the owner of Isoles Biotech Pharma, Sudat Janaka Fernando, and ex-CEO of the National Medicines Regulatory Authority, Dr. Vijitha Gunasekara, are among the 6 people now in remand custody over the matter. CID detectives recorded a statement from ex-Health Minister Rambukwella on Tuesday at his official residence, and the statement was produced to court on Wednesday. During yesterday's court hearing, the counsel appearing for the owner of Isoles Biotech Pharma, Sudat Janaka Fernando, informed court that his client, in his statement to the Criminal Investigations Department, had mentioned that the medicine in question was supplied at the behest of then Health Minister Kehelia Rambukwella. The counsel pointed out that the detectives from the CID had failed to include that statement in the report produced to court. The magistrate had questioned if any of the 6 suspects in remand required to revise their statements, and only the first suspect and the third suspect, a female officer attached to the Medical Supplies Division, stepped forward. Following the magistrate's approval to visit Magazine Prison in Colombo today, 2 CID officers recorded the first suspect's statement this afternoon.
The president of the Government Medical Officers Forum, Dr. Rukshan Bellena, was summoned to the CID for an inquiry into a statement he made regarding human immunoglobulin controversy. Former Minister Mervin Silva and parliamentarian Kavinda Jayawardena visited the CID in a show of support to Dr. Rukshan Bellena.
डॉक्टर दा इन्ने आराधन ඔබතුමාගේ ආරාධනයකට ඔබතුමා යන්නේ නැත්තම් ස්වේච්ඡාවෙන්ද මොකෙන්ද ඔබතුමා යන්නේ දැන්
I don't have any special privileges that will make the CID come to my home and record a statement. It's almost as if I am the mastermind behind this. The CID may see me like that. I came here as I was summoned by the CID. I was summoned for an inquiry regarding the controversial statements that I am making via the media. That is why I came. I am happy that I was summoned. I hope that this will give rise to a revolution. The CID is known for finding out hidden information and nabbing thieves. It would be a big surprise if the CID did not already have the same information that we do.
ඒක මහ පුදුමයක් නේද මම නම් මෙච්චරයි කියන්නේ නිලධාරී හිරබායට නම් වඩන්නේ නැහැ යකෝ ගණිපියක මේ මැති ඇමතුරු පට්ට හොරු ටික හිරබාරයට බොරුවට මේ නිලධාරී පස්සේ දුවන්නේ
ඔබ මහමොලකරු දැන් මේ වෙනකොට මහ
මේ මාධ්‍යයෙන්
The fact that I said that the mastermind is being protected on social media was the reason why I was summoned today by the CID. But in the meantime, I felt that I could have been a mastermind as well.
ඒ අතරතුරේ මමත් මහමොලකරුවෙක් වෙන්නේ නැති කියලා මට හිතෙනවා
දැන් ඔබතුමා හිතනවාද මහමොලකරු තාම ඉන්නවා කියලා
මහමොලකරුවන්ගේ ඉතින් මේ මහමොලකරු කියලා බුක් කළනේ මගෙන් අහන්නකෝ මහමොලකරුවන් කියලා මම
I named 3 people as the masterminds. They are Keheliya Rambukwella, Additional Secretary Dr. Ratnayaka, and the CEO of the National Medicines Regulatory Authority. I am saying this because this is evident to even a small child. This is not rocket science. This is very simple. But I was summoned today because it is apparently hard for them to understand this.
After providing a statement to the CID for about 5 hours, Dr. Rukshan Bellena left the premises.
It was much better than what I expected. My statement was recorded slowly over the course of 5 hours. They gave me tea twice. They offered me lunch. I was very sympathetic to the lack of facilities for the officers there. How can they nab thieves without proper facilities? I believe that one important thing that they told me was, Doctor, please don't scold us. We will nab those responsible for this. But there is one issue. None of the 2 people currently in custody are giving a statement. They said that if the arrested suspect said that it was at the behest of that person that they were acting, it would be sufficient. Patience is a virtue. I told them that I will not let go of this because this is a bad precedent that could lead to genocide. This is not an incident where one could say, let's give them one more chance. Therefore, I said that strict action should be taken against this.
Attorney at law Mano Gane, a member of the National Medicines Regulatory Authority Board of Directors, spoke to the media. Gane also made a recent statement to the media when the Criminal Investigation Department recorded statements from former Minister Keheliya Rambukwella. However, many factions expressed their dissent against Gane's views.
නීති සම්බන්ධව කෙලි රමුක්කල් අමාත්‍යවරයාගේ කටයුතු කරන ජනාධිපති දීදිච්ච UR ද සිල්වා මහත්මයා මම එතෙන්දී සම්බන්ධුනේ
President's Counsel UR De Silva attends to the legal affairs of Minister Keheliya Rambukwella. When I was with President's Counsel UR De Silva, I was asked what happened. To date, Minister Keheliya Rambukwella or any NMRA official have not been made an accused or a suspect. Both these parties are represented in court by the complainant and the witnesses. No matter what institute I represent, if I am appearing for the supplier, there is an issue over my rights. Just like the NMRA, the minister is also the complainant. I wish to ask Dr. Chamal Sanjeeva and Dr. Rukshan Bellena, who reprimanded me yesterday, whether they have ever raised an accusation against the fake pharmaceutical supplier. We cannot always say that the politicians alone are responsible for everything. I would be glad if the fake pharmaceutical suppliers are hanged. Why can't Bellena and Sanjeeva tell it to the people? Why are they protecting these racketeers? When the complainant is weakened in a case, who survives? The accused survives.
ඒ නඩුවෙන් බේරෙන්නේ ඒ නඩුවේ චුතිතයා
ඔබතුමාත් දැන් මේ අධ්‍යක්ෂ මණ්ඩලෙ හිටියනේ අප නිලධාරියෙක් හිටියේ ඇයි මේක මෙච්චර උඩු දුරක නවත්තලා ගන්නේ
You cannot take action unless you are made aware that a fake document was prepared, right? No one knows if this drug was given to the Medical Supplies Division or not, or who gave it. When a complaint was made for the first time, it came to light that this company had supplied this drug.
Former Health Minister Rajda Senaratne spoke to reporters on the matter.
Why is the health minister speaking about this out of the blue? It would be wise to let the courts decide on it. The accused, named Janaka Fernando, has made it clear that this was done by the minister, an additional secretary, and the CEO of the NMRA. In open court, it was disclosed how the money was taken to the house of the minister. I spoke to this secretary in question 2 or 3 months ago and warned him that if he continues to operate like this, he would end up in prison. It has become a reality. The National Medicines Regulatory Authority states that no one has the ability to influence anyone, not even the minister. Then who broke all these systems? It is the minister. He demolished it, and here are the results. The best people were thrown out from the National Medicines Regulatory Authority because they didn't agree with what was done. And this had purely been made into a political institution.
මේවට අවනත වුණේ නැති නිසා මේක තනිකර දේශපාලන මේ ආයතනයක් බවට පත් කරගත්තා.
අවතුමයි දැන් මෙච්චර දේවල් වෙලත් එතුමා මේ නිදහසේ ඉන්නවද දැන් අලුත්.
උන් ඔය දේශපාලන නිසා තමයි මේ රටේ බොහෝ අයට.
It is because of politics that many people in this country are tired of it. When some that person needs to be sacked. Why is the cabinet so ignorant regarding this matter? Isn't the cabinet and the president aware about the tragedy? So how do they live in this country? Mano Gane is the one who was appointed by Kehelia. He was on the board of directors of the National Medicines Regulatory Authority. Soon he will become a respondent in this case. Then very soon, a lawyer who is representing one of the respondents will appear on behalf of another respondent. They are still keeping him at the NMRA. That's what we call a conflict of interest.
These are the views expressed by Dr. Chamal Sanjeeva.
Bellena, other trade unions and civil organizations are looking for justice. It is an offense for a person to hide information regarding a crime. We believe it will be easier for the Criminal Investigations Department and the Attorney General's Department to arrest the remaining masterminds of this conspiracy and other public officials by the next trial date after recording the testimony of the first and third defendants today. The first suspect clearly said in court that he was involved in all these transactions with the full knowledge of former Health Minister Dr. Kehelia, Health Secretary Janaka Chandragupta, former Executive Director Vijitha Gunasekara and Additional Secretary Saman Ratnayaka. And when he reiterated his statements, the Criminal Investigations Department found some deficiencies in the documentary evidence. Therefore, we believe that in today's recording of the second piece of evidence, vital facts will be revealed that will strengthen the case. During the 24-hour period ending at 12:30 a.m., a total of 1,422 suspects were apprehended under the Yuka Operation. Law enforcement officials report that 35 of these suspects are currently being detained for further investigation, while illegal asset investigations have been initiated against 3 suspects.
A video is currently going viral on social media, and it shows the manner in which 2 police officers were attempting to arrest a suspect in Doratiava area in Kurunegala. In response to Newsfirst inquiry regarding the incident in Kurunegala, police spokesperson and attorney-at-law SSP Nihal Thaldua confirmed that the suspect resisted arrest during a narcotics and theft apprehension attempt conducted the previous day. He further clarified that the officers employed such tactics to detain the individual who is reportedly a drug user. The Sri Lankan Police Illegal Assets Investigation Division seized property worth over 55 million rupees belonging to recently arrested drug trafficker Mata Kulye Kuduroshan. The seized assets include a luxury house in Kotugoda, Jayala and a high-end vehicle in Kuduroshan's possession. The operation comes less than 48 hours after Kuduroshan's arrest in Varakapula. Several of his relatives were also arrested on Tuesday.
This individual has purchased this property using money earned from peddling drugs. There are several others that we have identified. The assets will be seized in the future. Everything is done. Everything is supervised by the IGP. We held separate talks with him on this matter and thus we carried out this raid. Big-time drug traffickers who are in hiding will see their assets seized in the near future.
The Yukti operation continued in various parts across the island. This is how the Fort Police and the Navy conducted a search operation at the Fort Railway Station today. 5 suspects who were in possession of cannabis were arrested. According to police, 25 suspects were arrested during the operation that lasted for about 2 hours. The Yukti operation also continued in several areas, falling under the jurisdiction of the Anuradhapura police station. 20 suspects were arrested during the operation. Search operations were carried out in Vilgoda and Malkaduava in Kurunegala today. 5 suspects were arrested for the possession of moonshine, ice and cannabis. K9 units from the Police Special Task Force were also deployed for these operations. Police conducted search operations in several areas in the Dambula town today. 2 suspects were arrested during the operations. Over 14,000 suspects have been arrested during the Yukti operation that began on the 17th of this month.
Amidst ongoing concerns over the fate of the 56 Sri Lankan youths held captive by a terrorist group in Myanmar, a disturbing new development has emerged. Chinese nationals with criminal backgrounds have reportedly forced the Sri Lankan youth to participate in a New Year's party organized by their captors.
Now, sources within the captive group informed that they were instructed by the terrorist organization to actively participate in the entertainment aspects of the party. Speculation suggests that the party is intended as a deliberate attempt to deflect international scrutiny and pressure surrounding the ongoing crisis.
Following a recent failed rescue operation, a significant development has emerged in the ongoing hostage situation involving 56 Sri Lankan youth held captive in Myanmar. According to sources within the captive group, the captors currently identified as Chinese nationals with criminal backgrounds have indicated a potential pathway to release in exchange for financial compensation. The specific figure reported is $8,000 per individual, which equates to approximately 2.5 million rupees in Sri Lankan currency. While reports suggest captors may be considering release for $8,000 ransom per person, discrepancies have emerged when considering the agreement signed by the Sri Lankans with the Chinese firm. These agreements stipulate a significantly lower penalty of 8,000 Thai baht for leaving before 6 months, contradicting the reported ransom figure. Thai baht is the currency used in Thailand, and 8,000 Thai baht is approximately 75,000 rupees. Additionally, the agreements impose a daily fine of 500 baht for unfulfilled targets, described as defrauding 2 people per day. Service time under the agreements span from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. the following day. As per a Newsfirst revelation, another key location from which this human trafficking ring operates is the United Arab Emirates. Newsfirst has obtained exclusive footage from inside an office building operated by the Chinese criminals based in Ajman, Dubai. Chinese nationals with criminal backgrounds are reportedly operating their cybercrime offices on 23 floors of this building. These criminals continue with their scams to lure Sri Lankan job seekers for IT jobs in Myanmar, Laos and Dubai, and these are some of the messages that they send to unsuspecting victims. One of the key questions posed by them is nationality, and if it is confirmed that the applicant is a Sri Lankan, the criminals fix an interview for the unsuspecting Sri Lankan job seekers on that very same day. The interview is simple. Type 30 or more words in English within a minute, and if the applicant passes, they will be directed to commit cybercrimes. Sri Lankan youth lured by false promises are particularly vulnerable to being exploited by human traffickers who send them overseas using visit visas. It appears that the local authorities have not taken this issue very seriously. Shouldn't action be taken to crack down on these illegal operations instead of wasting more time?
Newsfirst with the people.
Sri Lanka's political landscape is buzzing with anticipation for the upcoming presidential election. Prominent political figures have made significant announcements in recent days, hinting at potential alliances and strategies that could shape the future of the presidential race.
Former parliamentarian Mujibur Rahman threw his weight behind Sajid Premadasa, declaring him the unified candidate of the Samagi Jana Sandhana, while former Minister Mervyn Silva's cryptic announcement of a new political alliance injected a fresh element of uncertainty into the race.
Presidential battle.
Even I like to, but that won't happen. We should be realistic. That is his desire. We should allow them to fulfill their desires so that we see them. There is no problem, but in the future, we will build an alliance led by the SJB and Sajid Premadasa will be the common candidate. I'll tell you one thing, write it down. Everyone is standing behind Ranil Wickramasinghe. That is what is happening. There is no other place for the Rajapaksas to go.
Presidential battle.
Former Minister Mervyn Silva emphasised on the formation of a new party.
Which world are you in? Did you not know that I am not with the UNP? Brother, Devadatta is the brother-in-law of Prince Siddhartha. He put on a robe and opposed. I am not Devadatta. If I was with Ranil, I would have been destroyed as well. Sajid is a fool. All he does is chatter. What else do you have to ask? We will introduce a new political party soon. It will include President's Council Maitri Gunaratna, Mahendu Jasekara from YMBA and Navin Gunaratna, the producer of the Siddhartha Gautam movie. There are many others with us and they will steer this country.
Navin Gunaratna විශාල පිරිසක් ඉන්නවා අලුතෙන් රට කරවන පිරිසක් තමයි ඒක ඉන්නේ.
Several areas in the country are beginning to experience rainfall once again. The Met Department says that the eastern and Uva provinces and the Hambantota districts experience occasional showers or thunder showers. The department adds that the northern and north central provinces as well as the Martale and Nuara Elia districts experience multiple showers daily.
The Galloy Reservoir overflowed last night following the heavy rainfall experienced in Bibila. Newsfirst correspondent said that due to this, the residents of Hevalvela, Kuruambe and Ambavatta are heavily inconvenienced. Several tall trees collapsed into the library building of the medical faculty at the University of Peradeniya. Due to the heavy rains that prevailed throughout the day, mudslides and trees collapsed onto the Badulla Mahiyangane main road and vehicular movement on the road was disrupted. Newsfirst correspondent said that several areas of the Dunhinda and Thaldena road were impacted as well. Sluice gates of the Randhanigala and Rantambe reservoirs have also been opened. Irrigation engineers request residents of the area to be vigilant when engaging in activities near the Mahaveli river. A sluice gate of the Upper Kotmale reservoir opened due to heavy rainfall. The engineers in charge request residents of the area to be vigilant as the remaining sluice gates could also open if rainfall continues. Areas between Gallala and Manampiriya along the Polonnaru Batikular road were flooded due to the overflow of the Mahaveli river. Both sluice gates of the Kala River had to be opened by 8 feet each due to the rise in water levels. Meanwhile, the Tambuttegama main road was inundated. Newsfirst correspondent says that the area near the Avukana bridge is completely flooded. And the one village of the Chengaladi Divisional Secretariat Division in particular was flooded. Meanwhile, access to the Veralugastenna village in Rattota Matale was obstructed due to a tree collapsing onto the road. A branch of a tree in the centre of the Girandurukote town collapsing was recorded using a mobile phone. A van and a three-wheeler nearby were damaged due to this. A tree had collapsed onto 2 individuals in the Hatton Injuster estate. Newsfirst correspondent said that they were admitted to the Dick Oyer General Hospital for treatment.
Now moving on in more local news, in 2019, Sri Lanka was certified by the World Health Organization for successfully eradicating the highly contagious disease measles from Sri Lanka. However, the Ministry of Health now says that there has been an increase in the number of measles cases across 9 districts in the country.
A media briefing was held at the Health Promotion Bureau to raise awareness about the spread and control of measles in the country.
In the years 2020, 2021 and 2022, there was a huge spread of COVID-19 all over the world. The system of immunization was disrupted. That's why the World Health Organization announced that measles is spreading again in many countries around the world. More than 700 cases have been reported in Sri Lanka since May. Most cases are being recorded in the Colombo district.
The secretary said that a program has been planned to give a dose of measles vaccine to babies who are between 6 and 9 months old.
We have taken a decision to give an extra dose of MMR, the vaccine that shields against measles, mumps and rubella, to children between 6 and 9 months of age in 9 identified districts. We will also operate about 1,600 clinics on the 9th of January.
Sri Lanka's value-added tax, or VAT, will undergo a significant change in the new year, as the rate is set to increase from 15% to 18%, effective from the 1st of January 2024. Now, previously exempt items such as certain goods and services will now be subject to the 18% VAT, while many other goods will see an increase in the value-added tax from 15% to 18%.
In your sports news tonight, Chaturika Priyanthi etched her name in Sri Lankan sporting history yesterday with a record-breaking performance at the National Weightlifting Championship.
Competing in the 87-kilogram weight class, Priyanthi dominated the competition, setting new national records in both snatch and clean and jerk, while achieving the highest total weight lifted by any female athlete in the country's history. Priyanthi showcased her immense strength and technique, hoisting a remarkable 113 kilograms in clean and jerk, surpassing the previous national record. In snatch, she confidently lifted 90 kilograms, further solidifying her lead. The combined total of 203 kilograms shattered the existing national record.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News on TV1 for tonight.
Thank you very much for watching.
Good night.